How's it going? So this video, I'm not in the little white corner over there that I'm usually in. It's a little bit more of a vloggy type style, I guess. I'm just gonna make myself some dinner and talk to you guys. So today's video probably won't be all that super exciting. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about how COVID-19 is affecting me in my life. First off, I'm not in isolation. I still go to work every day. I work at a university library, and we have not shut down. We have shortened our hours. We used to be open 6:45 a.m. until midnight, and I work the closing shift. So I usually work like 4 to midnight or so. I'm trying to find a good place for you guys where I can still work. That works. So we're open from 8 until 5. It is spring break, so there were less people in the building this week anyways. So that was nice, especially because every day we kind of have a different plan as to like what we're going to do. But now we finally got the word, and it's official, that going forward, the library, so the library is the only building on campus that is still open. So we're going to be open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for the foreseeable future. So basically, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen next. I think we might have one confirmed case down here in St. George. So yeah, library's open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. We're closed on the weekends. And then also the library building, so there's 6 floors in the library building. We are limiting access to the building. So IDs will be checked when people come in. You have to be faculty or a student to come into the building, and only 2 of the floors in the building are going to be open. So the first floor, which is like registration, cashier's office, that type of thing. And then the second floor where I work is where people can come for help with like checking out books. We're not going to us as library staff, we're not handling any actual items. The only time we would handle items are returns. And with that, we literally just use a scanner to scan the barcode. And then we are just leaving all the books on the counter. And we're not touching them for X amount of days, however long the virus is still alive for it. What's the count now? Is it 2 days or 3 days? Anyways, we're just leaving them out. So the past 24, 48 hours have been interesting as we have finally moved to this decision. So right before I left work today, we finally got the official word that we were moving to the 8 to 5 schedule Monday through Friday. So that was very exciting. And it's a little bit stressful. I just posted a very short video on my Instagram saying that today I've been the most stressed in like the past 2 weeks. This day has given me the most stress because of a lot of different things. I did make a list of different things I want to talk to you guys about in regards to how life is going, largely affected by COVID-19, but some other things that are going on. So I don't have any job insecurity, which is great. Like I can still work. I will be working in person, but I won't necessarily be interacting with people. We do have a counter that's in between us. Most of my job will just be monitoring people to make sure that, no craziness is going on. We're not gonna essentially kind of police the situation and tell people like, hey, you're closer than 6 feet to your boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, or whatever. So it'll be interesting going forward to see what all happens with that. I think the most stress for me has come from knowing that a lot of students need the library to stay open since all the classes are online now, and several of them don't have their own laptops. and or internet to access their classes. So they come to the library, and we have a bunch of computers. That's why the second floor is staying open. That's where the most computers are. But we are implementing social distancing where people have to be 6 feet apart. So every other computer is shut down. Like, people just can't use it. And then also, since we're only using the one floor, we only have four study rooms that people can use. And on the other floors, we have other ones as well. And we'd already been implementing social distancing where it used to be that a smaller study room could have 4 people in it, but with social distancing, only 1 person could be in there. And we had larger study rooms where like 6 to 8 people could be in there. With social distancing, we had to limit it to 2 people. But this week, being spring break, there weren't very many kids at the school, which has actually made this transition easier, which is super nice. But as people come back from spring break this weekend and try to go to the library and it's not open, and as they start reading through all the emails that they've gotten from their teachers, from the library, and from the president of the school, they're going to realize, like, snap, this is real, and we're super limited as to what we can do and what we can offer to the students. The biggest stress for me has been that I'm in charge of reserve items. Reserve items are essentially textbooks that teachers bring to the library and allow students to check out for 2 to 4 hours for use. And so as of right now, we are still implementing that. We are definitely taking extra safety measures as far as like wearing gloves, letting things just sit on the counter for a couple hours before disinfecting them. So that's my main cause of stress, because there are still several services essentially that we're going to cut out from the library. So that's the next thing that we're looking at limiting. And I know that can be super stressful for students who had not originally bought their textbooks and they rely on reserve. And I'm touching my face a million times. I'm currently the only one at my house. So right now I'm not worried about germs, like right in this moment. So, and I literally just washed my hands. So, yeah. A lot of stress, because I know students will be stressed once they hear what we can't offer them anymore. As far as school, so if you guys don't know, I work part-time at the university, but then I also am still a student full-time. I graduate in December, so I'm so excited, to be so close to getting my bachelor's degree in creative writing. But so I need to finish off this semester. All my classes are online. I'm only taking 5 classes this semester. That might seem like a lot, but for my scholarship and my financial aid, I have to take 15 credits. And one of my classes, a 3-credit class, is a study abroad class to South Africa, which of course got canceled. It's an upper division environmental science class. So, and it's 3 credits. So we would meet we would meet on campus for 1 hour, like a lecture, every week. And then 2 credits of the class would count for the 2 weeks that we would have been in South Africa. Since we're not going anymore, the university has been trying to find alternatives for us. So what's going to end up happening for me is I will no longer be enrolled in that environmental science class. I'm actually going to be enrolled in an upper division humanities class. And literally that's all I know at this point. I just got the email a couple hours ago saying, hey, you basically have 2 options. Well, actually, no, 3 options. You can either A, drop the class if you don't need it to fulfill financial aid requirements, if it was essentially like just for fun. Option 2 would be to continue taking the environmental science class, but just for the 1 credit. And then option 3, which I need because I have to take the 3 credits for that class to maintain my financial aid, would be to drop the environmental science class and enroll into the humanities class, which is what I did. So I have no idea what that means. I'm assuming there will be like individualized projects with that, and I do have a couple of ideas already. I just need to like type up proposals for them, and then also wait to hear going forward what the plan is, basically. So a little bit worrisome there, right? Three of my classes? Yeah, 3 of my classes I'm not worried about. Like, it's a pretty easy transition to an online class. My poetry writing class, my fiction writing class, and my document design class. Like, those are going to be super easy to transition to online. And then the final class that is really stressing me out right now is for the Southern Quilt, which is the university's literary arts journal. I'm the managing editor for it, so essentially I'm kind of like a TA for the class because I help run the class and set deadlines and, you know, like delegate work out and then follow up with the students to see how those different projects are going. And I haven't been able to get a hold of our teacher to see how we're going to transition things. The one thing that we knew for sure that we had to cancel on April 1st, we were originally planning for a benefit reading and silent auction. That's a large gathering, which obviously can't happen now. So we've already said, okay, benefit reading is out. We are still planning on doing a silent auction online. We need to still figure out the logistics of that. If it's just going to be like a Google Doc or, I don't know. If any of you guys know any good way or like good software program, website, something, a way to host an online auction, please let me know. We were thinking we would let it run for a couple of days, maybe start on like April 1st, run through like April 4th. I don't know. If you have ideas, please tell me, because at this point I have no idea. Luckily, I had already mapped out like the schedule for the rest of the semester because I create agendas every week. We used to meet 1 hour every week, you know, and like delegate stuff out, but now we can't. So now I need to like create assignments and stuff. So it's just stressful not having that contact with my professor. Like, I know she's actually on a trip right now for spring break. But I'm a TA for the class, essentially like a second teacher. All these students are asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have answers. Here's like our general idea, but also provide us your suggestions. So that's another big source of stress. So that takes care of work update, school update. Let's talk about this. So it's spring break. I already knew since I work that I wasn't going to take like the entire week off or anything. So I've been working every day this week. I usually work Monday through Friday. No, sorry, Monday through Thursday. And I work about 25 to 29 hours a week. So I'd already planned to not work tomorrow. And I'm not going to work tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm actually going to go out to Zion National Park. So I'm so excited to take a break from everything. The only downer is it's supposed to rain. But that's okay. I will happily go out into nature in the rain with my brother and just have a good time. So that's cool. I had a few projects that I wanted to do during spring break, and I've done one of them because I've been making these videos every day. The one big project that I wanted to do during spring break was I wanted to wallpaper my bookcase in my bedroom. It's just like a plain brown, lighter brown wood, and I've had it for a while, and I just decided I wanted to change things up. So I ordered some wallpaper like 2 weeks ago and I got it, and I haven't wallpapered it. So hopefully I'll make time on Saturday or Sunday. We'll see. If I do end up doing that soon, I'll take a picture and let you guys know. So we'll see if that happens. Other than that, it's been a very interesting spring break. Definitely not what I had originally planned. Originally, like a few months ago, when I was thinking about spring break, I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just hop on a plane and go up to Seattle for the weekend. You know, just like hop on a plane, go up there Friday morning, come back late Friday night or early Saturday morning. That was my original plan. So obviously spring break is a lot different, but that's okay. Let's see what else. So I don't have food insecurity, which is such a blessing because I do have food storage, which will last me for like 2 weeks. I have fresh food in the fridge. I've got stuff in the freezer. So that's great. I do want to share, so obviously, like I mentioned earlier, I work at the university, so that gives me an interesting perspective where I'm a student, but then I also see the faculty staff side of things. So on Monday, I actually received an email from someone who said, hey, we just got this large donation of food from, someone who wanted to make a large donation to students who are in need of food. So I was able to kind of help coordinate that. So that was really fun, being able to see that and seeing people who are giving and selfless. So that was very, very nice. I gotta say, these past 2 weeks, I've cried more than I have like this entire year, this entire decade. But most of it has been happy tears because I've been so touched watching and seeing how people have reacted to this, how a lot of people have, banded together. Like some of my favorite videos I've seen recently are like the Italian people out on their balconies, singing or playing their instruments and just really coming together and kind of creating that sense of community has been truly, truly amazing. And then also all of the animal memes and videos are just so cute and so touching. Like, last night, I posted, like a picture of penguins and then a video of penguins. Send me all the penguin things. So that's been fun as well. But I guess really what I've learned so far, because obviously this isn't over yet, you just sometimes just got to take things as they come and always look for the good. I've seen so many miracles in the past week or so that wouldn't have happened, in normal life, or they would have happened and I wouldn't have seen them because I haven't been looking for like the little things just in everyday life. So I don't know. I'm really thankful for what I've learned, and then also just having great coworkers, having great friends, great family who just check in and they're like, hey, how's it going? And my family has sent so many memes, so many in these past 2 weeks. And I know that it's brought us closer together, and yeah, it's just a time of very interesting perspectives. It really lets you kind of dive deep into yourself and figure out what matters most to you, and then also how you interact with other people. So that's how COVID-19 is affecting my life. How's it affecting yours? Do you guys, here's my big question. Do you guys have a daily routine, a schedule? That's something that I need to adjust, because like I mentioned, when our hours were longer, when they were the 6:45 to midnight, I worked the midnight shift. So I'd work 6 to midnight. But now that we've transitioned and we're only Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., I'm going to work the noon to 5 shift, which means I also need to wake up earlier in the morning so I can actually go to the school and work on my own homework before I have to go to work. So I'm going to have to become a morning person, and that's going to be a tough transition over the next few weeks. I definitely prefer waking up early, But just transitioning to that will be difficult because I'm still not going to bed until like 1 or 2 in the morning. So I need to work on that. But yeah. Let me know in the comments what's happening with you. Send me funny memes. Send me all the penguin memes, all the dog memes, all the cat memes. If you want to rant, let me know. Let's go ahead. Let's just have some conversations down in the comments. Yeah? Give me some social interaction from this social distance, even though I'm not in isolation. I want to talk to people I actually like and care about. Not that I don't like and care about our patrons and our students. I just don't know them. I know you guys. So let's talk down below. Thanks for tuning in. Let's try to